What it do, YouTube? MJM for life here. Finally back again in this new year, bringing you another video. Sorry for the long delay. As soon as I got back from Japan, I caught the freaking swine flu. So I've been half dead for about a week now. My fever was up to like 108. That was pretty bad. But I did have a chance to play some Dev Pro while I was almost dead. Because what else are you going to do before you die but play some Yu-Gi-Oh? And I made a new team. I'm really excited about the new ban list. That's official now that we're in 2014. And I made a new deck for it. It's called Fire Fist King Yubel. And of course, me being me, I have to do something somewhat unique. So let's get into it. How does Yubel wreck the meta? Well, we're gonna play this first match. Is gonna be against Mermails. And my deck really does pretty well against Mermails because once you get over their first push, as you're going to see in this game, Mermails have a hard time. So I'm going to go first. Normally I don't like to reveal what I'm playing if I can avoid it, but in this case I really don't care. So he's going to go for his nonsense, his tile shenanigans, going to go for the Abyss lead, then attack over my Yaksha. Yaksha's effect to destroy Yubel in the hand. Yubel's effect when it is destroyed by a card effect, except for its own card effect. He special summon Yubel level 2, as I like to call it. Then he tried to go for the Abyss. I don't know what they're calling it now. Is it Osha? No, Orca Abyss. I don't know what he was trying to do with this, so I just veilered it. And now I'm going to go just do what my deck is meant to do, is get out the level 2, activate its effect to just blow up the field every single turn, and as well as go for Wolf Bark. Wolf Bark is very, very key because just go for constant Tiger Kings to plus. Now here I'm just going to get rid of his Abyss lead just because I can, and I'm going to get more pluses with the bear. So if he doesn't Space Typhoon me next turn, I can get another Wolf Bark and continue the process. So here his Yubel level 2, what is it, Terror Incarnate I believe. His effect just nukes the field of every monster except for itself during your end phase. So now here I'm going to activate that Tenki that I got off of the bear effect, then get another Wolf Bark, use Wolf Bark's effect yet again to go for another Tiger King to get another Fire Fist Speller Trap, and just, for constant pluses, activate it just for the hell of it to get an extra 100. And then the great thing about Yubel and Tiger King is that if you have enough Fire Formation Spell and Traps, you can activate Tiger King's second effect, which is rarely used, and now I can get 2 level 4 lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack. So I always go for the Barongs, and then if they destroy Barong with a card effect, like this fool did here, I get 2 pluses during my next standby phase. So now he's going to go for some shenanigans, gonna go for the DDR. I don't know why he went for Big Eye here. I don't really think that was the best play, honestly, because he can't attack me. I guess he could have also attacked into my thing, and it will the Yubel level 3 effect will destroy it. Like here I add the Garunix and the, what is the card, the Circle off of the Barongs, and then I'm going to attack or crash into the Yubel so I can get a discard outlet for my Yubel, which is not my Yubel, for discard outlet for my Garunix, which is the Yaksha. And I'm going to do that, and then set the circle, because just in case it's a bottomless. If it's a spear, I don't really care, because Garunix just doesn't care, and I just nuke his entire field, and all he has left is a Lind, which is fine, because now I'm just going to get the Garunix effect, destroy the Lind's effect activates, but I also get a Barong effect because I did destroy it last turn, so I'm going to go for the circle. So I'm going to attack over his Abystius, then circle the Garunix and go for Barong and attack for game. So that was a good game. We just, we had that duel from the very beginning pretty handily. So this deck, also thing I like about this deck is it can also grind out when you need to. So this is the game against Glad Beast. Let me swap sides here. So Glads are going first. They're gonna go for Glad play, set 2 or set 2 summon a Glad, and that's the standard Glad play. Now the fact that he warning to my Yaksha right away tells me he doesn't really have a very good hand. But he's going to draw into the Darius, and I'm going to torrential that just because, excuse me, still a little bit sick. So excuse me if I sound a bit sick. So I'm going to torrential that because looking at his, the way he's playing, the fact that he warning me right away, I figured he didn't really have much. So, and just in case there was a War Chariot, I wanted to go for my Wolf, I wanted to go for some plays next turn, so I didn't want to be War Chariots because that's annoying. So I'm going to go for Maestro, just in case he has a Torrential or something. He does have Torrential. Not sure why he didn't Torrential the Wolf Bark's effect. I guess he wanted to wait and see what I was going to go into. That was a misplay. But now he's going to activate this card, which I've never seen before, Indomitable Gladiator Beast, which basically gives you a what is it, 500-point boost, so he's able to attack over my stroke, and then use Murmillow's effective pop to get rid of its attachments. So now I'm going to just attack over the Murmillow. He's going to activate Waboku, you know, getting a Murmillow search. Going to go for the quest, and to add the quick play back just so he can attack over my Mind Stroke again. Now he War Cherries me, which is unfortunate, but I do have a warning set. And Gladiator Beasts don't really play Space Typhoon, so I'm not really worried about that. So he's going to set the Bestiari, just in case I had a Bottomless, and he's going to go for Geyseris. I'm going to warning that. Unfortunately, it's not Bottomless, it is warning. I'm going to normal summon my, what is it called? Wolf Bark, and that gets Torrential, unfortunately. But I really don't care, honestly. So now here I'm going to go for the Yaksha. He's going to Bottomless that. I'm not going to let him Bottomless it. I'm going to go for the Circle for Wolf Bark, so I can go Wolf Bark, activate its effect, go for Tiger King, get a tanky, and it's just over, and he scoops on out of there after that, obviously. So that's game number 2, really good game. So now we're going to go up against this Blackwing player, and I really feel like Blackwings have a really bad matchup against Fire Kings, in my personal opinion, because Blackwing's best, you know, go-to card, which is the Armor Master, Garunix doesn't even care. So he's going to go for Shura, and I'm going to attack over my baby Garunix, and I'm going to activate its effect and get the Yaksha, and he's going to go for Zephyr the Breeze, which I was really confused about, but it does allow him to go straight into the Armor Master, and I guess he didn't want to waste his, what is it, Blizzard, or not Blizzard, Gale, which he just drew into. So I'm just going to end my turn, because I really don't care. He's going to attack over me with the Armor Master, then go for sure. I'm going to activate Yaksha's effect, destroy the Garunix, and what do I have set here? I think I have a Lance set, so I'm not worried about anything. If he has a Bottomless or something like that, I'm not worried, but I'm just going to go for Garunix, nuke his field, because Garunix is so fair. I'm actually surprised that people weren't playing this card much more. I really felt like this card was going to be, like, banned almost, but it really didn't see that much play, honestly, because, you know, Dragons and Mermaids were just, you know, overall better. Now, here he's going to Mirror Force me. I don't even care. And another thing I like about the Fire Kings is that when they are destroyed by card effects, you can just special summon them from the hand to keep your momentum. Like there, the Mirror Forced me, but I was still able to get 1900 indirectly, which is really good. Now here he normal summoned Sirocco, and he didn't attack me and drop a Kalut. I was really unsure about that. Now I did have a Circle set anyway, and if he would attack me, obviously I would have gone for the Circle. And then he makes another strange play. He Icarus attacks my face-up tanky, which made no sense to me. I guess maybe because he knew that I had Circle set, or maybe assumed that it was a Circle set. I don't know if I added it or not. So he didn't want to, go minus that way, I guess, maybe. But either way, it's kind of minus in my opinion. So now he's going to Gale my Garunix and attempt to attack over me. Now I activate the Circle, go for a Barong. He's going to go for Black Rose, which, okay, I'm going to get effects off of that. So I don't get that play either because I got a Garunix. And I'm getting a search with Barong, so I can search out the Circle. So now I'm just going to attack for game, and then activate the Circle. He has a Kalut in his hand. I'm gonna go for the Tiger King just for the lulz. I don't even know. And then that's game. So let's go into another Blackwing match that I played. Blackwing player that I played against. This was more of a trap-heavy Blackwing deck, so I titled it Trapped Blackwings, because I didn't even know what to call it. So my hand isn't very good. I'm just going to set a Space Typhoon, and he's going to go for a Lure, go for the Bora, attack me directly for 17. No big deal, but he sets 5. That's a big deal. And this is what I was talking about grinding it out, because he has 5 back row, and obviously he's going to have a response. So instead of going for the Garunix, I actually go for Yaksha, because I felt like that was much safer. And then because Bottomless does destroy, before it vanishes, I am able to summon the Barong off of that. So that's really a good thing to know too. And then another thing to learn is don't ever blind MST like in that situation. Instead of blind MST, I waited for him to activate something that I would need to MST like the Finish Chain, so I was able to keep my Barong as well as attack him for some damage. He has Icarus, Torrential. He could have Icarus to me, but actually no, he couldn't have because well, he could have, but it wouldn't really matter because I would get a search off of that. So that's another reason why I feel like Fire Kings have a good matchup against Blackwings, because if you Icarus me, it's fine. I'm going to get a search, and I don't even care. Then I'll just go for free Garunix when I search out for the Onslaught as I did there. So now I'm just going to keep going for Wolf Barks. Another thing you want to know is don't ever go for plays. Sorry. When you're trying to grind it out, don't ever go for plays that are too risky, or that you don't mind them not going through. Like for example, I went for Tiger King there because I was expecting a warning, and if I get warning, I I really don't care, honestly. So go for plays that you don't mind if they get stopped, if you really need to grind it out. And there I went for Blaster just to bait out any more back row. I do have 2 circles in hand, so now I'm going to attack directly and hope that goes through. It does go through. Then main phase 2, activate Wolf Bark's effect. Wolf Bark, I'm going to go into another Tiger King, get more searches that way, and he just scoops on out of there because he drew into a Lance, and it's just not looking good for him at this point. So that's an example of Fire King's just grinding it out. There isn't much Yubel in this match, but that's cool. You saw it against Mermails, and Yubel's really, really good. And it's really, really unexpected. A lot of people don't expect it. There was this one match I had on Duel Network where I was going up against a Mermail player. He went for Crimson Blader, attacked over my Yaksha because he thought I was, he thought I was going to go for Garunix. Instead, I go for Yubel, and that just completely threw him off guard, and he pretty much lost because I nuked his field. And then after that, again, once you get over that first push, they don't really have much after that. But I digress. Let's get into this last batch of the video against Thunder Pokemon, Thunders, just Thunder Pokemon in general. Pokemon, wow, I said Pokemon twice. A Thunder-based deck. He main decks Debunk, which is really, really interesting. Debunk really wrecks Fire Kings, though. But anyway, he's gonna go for Constellar Omega, just so he can't get Mirror Force or Deep Prison or something like that. I have a Lance, so and I usually don't leave the Lances for my to prevent my Garunixes from dying. Or things like that. Now I'm going to activate a Wolf Bark's effect. He chains Omega, which was weird. And I'm going to go for number 101. Really good rank 4 XYZ. And I'm going to take his Omega. I don't care that you're immune. I'm just going to straight up take you and attack you directly for 21. Now he's going to go for recharging batteries. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, God damn it, freaking Paladynamo's coming. Now there he used the Watt Giraffe. Which was interesting. I really felt like he should have kept that. Maybe use Thunder King, because Thunder King doesn't really hurt my deck. Maybe he should have used that, or maybe the Sis Hunter, but I guess he wanted to save that just to get his effect off, which makes sense to me. So I guess it wasn't that bad of a play now I think about it. But here I'm forced to lance his freaking, what is it? Paladynamo to get attack over it. Then I make a really bad play. I go for Circle because I'm like, okay, I need to search out my Onslaught so I can get my Garunixes going, or I need to search out, I can Onslaught for a Yaksha to get my Yubel going, but instead I Wolf Bark and special summon the freaking, god damn, my brain is not working today. What is the thing called? Oh crap, I can't remember its name. I made a misplay. I'm sure you can see what misplay I made. My brain's not working. I'm still a little bit sick. Sorry. Anyway, let me catch up to this. He goes for wow, I'm so out of it. He goes for Stardust. What are they calling it now? Stardust Spark Dragon with the Vylon Prism, and and I go for Garunix now, starts it off. Now I make the proper play, and I'm going to go for Maestro, flip it face down to negate his ability, his effect, because it just basically like resets everything when you set it, flip it face down. So now I'm able to attack over him and destroy him and attack him directly for 1800. So now here's where it gets down to the nitty gritty here, because if he draws a Watt Giraffe, I lose. If he has Honest, I lose. And I was really afraid of that he had Honest, because he normal summoned Thunder King and then just attacked. But then he didn't attack into my Garunix and drop Onyx, so I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't have it. So, excuse me. So instead, I just attack over him, calling his bluff, and he does not have the Honest. So here, he's gonna go Sis Hunter and banish the Ma Hunter, but I'm not sure why he didn't banish Watt Giraffe, because Watt Giraffe, obviously I have exactly 1200 life points left, so he would have been able to attack me directly, but doesn't matter. I top deck into a tanky for the Wolf Bark, so that way now, no matter what his back row is, which it turned out to be a D Prison, I will win the game, because if I can't attack over his Sis Hunter, I will be able to go for Cowboy as I just did and burn the rest of his life points away. So those were the duels. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll get into the deck profile in a bit, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so this is the deck profile for the Fire Fizz King Yubel deck, and yeah, let's just get into it. So we've got one Yubel Ultimate Nightmare, which is Yubel level 3 as I like to call it. This card's only here just because you know, you can get it. You're playing this, so why not? Because if this card is destroyed or when it's removed from the field, you need to special summon this card. So sometimes that can cause your opponent problems. But this card is the main card that really gives people problems. Yubel Terra Incarnate, or Yubel Level 2, as I like to call it. And this card just nukes their field during each of your end phases. And as soon as once they finally get rid of it, they have this to deal with now. So these two cards are really this card especially is really problematic. Yubel, obviously, two of those. When you destroy it from your hand with Yaksha, you get its effect immediately. Now, one thing to note is because this is not a mandatory effect, you can miss the timing. So make sure, just be aware of that you can miss timing with this effect. So you have to destroy it carefully. Then two Garunix. Garunix does not need any explanation. It's busted. It's amazing. And yeah, so this is the main Fire King boss monster, and you need to run it. One Blaster. Blaster is limited to one, so you can only run one. I think Blaster would be really, really good at two, but one is actually not that bad either. Two Yaksha, two Barong, you know, standard Fire King cards. Then two of the Baby Garunix. I like this card because it really sets you up, because you can go into a Yaksha, or you can go into a Barong if you need it, and it gets its effects whenever it's destroyed by battle or by card effect, so that's really useful. This card, Triple Wolfbark, probably the best card in the deck in my opinion, because it just opens up so many different plays and options for you. Wolfbark is really, really good, and that's why it's so expensive. I had two Bear. I was also playing two Gorilla, but I took them out for Valor because I feel like Valor has a lot of use. I'm not running Max C. I actually haven't really felt like I needed it because, you know, now that Dragons are gone, you know, decks aren't really special summoning as heavy as Dragons were, although once the, you know, new Dolce card comes out, you know, you probably need to main triple Max C to deal with them. But I'm not running Max C. If you want to put in Max C, maybe take out the Baby Garunixes if you don't like them or something like that. That's up to you. I am running 41 cards though, so Triple Onslaught of the Fire Kings, really good card. Basically gets you a free Garunix and destroys it for you, or a free Yaksha, so you can go into Yubel and destroy the Yubel in your hand. So really good card, has a lot of utility in the deck. One Dark Hole. I like running Dark Hole. I don't like not putting Dark Hole in decks. I just feel like it's too good not to play. Whatever. Two Space Typhoons, two Forbidden Lances, and the triple Circle of the Fire Kings. This card is another really, really good card, and it's really it's good because it helps you get over stuff like Bottomless, Compulse, Mirror Force, stuff like that. It's also good because it gives you Barong effects, it gives you Garunix's effects. It's also good because it works with any fire monster. So you can get Wolfbark from the graveyard and then activate this effect after that, or get a Bear from the graveyard after activate this effect. It has a lot of utility in this deck. Two Tensu, because Tensu opens up a lot of dirty plays. One Gyoko. This card could easily be just omitted, but I like it because it's really good against excuse me. It's really good against Mermails, because you know, if they have Sphere, you just Gyoko the Sphere and fuck your Sphere, Mermails. So if I was gonna make a serious side deck, I might even side in you know, one or two Gyokos, because it's really, really good against Mermails. But one, I really like it at one, but you guys can omit it if you want. Triple Tenki, because now that you can run Triple Tenki, why not? Then the staple traps, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse, and Solemn Warning. I feel like these, you know, you can just throw these four traps in any deck, and that deck becomes that much better. So this is the deck profile. This is the main deck. The extra deck, one Mistworm, because you can make it with Wolfbark. All you need is Tensu plus Wolfbark and a Valor, and there you go, Mistworm if you need it. Crimson Blader, because Blaster, so Crimson Blader and Stardust are there because you do Blaster. You can make level 8 Valor. Level 5s obviously are easy to make. And the two best level 5s are Armades and Catastor, staple 5s in my opinion. Masquerade, because this card is really, really good against Boojins. Like, this card wrecks Boojins. So that's, and you can obviously make it again with Tensu plus Wolfbark. You can make this item as well, or with Wolfbark plus Onslaught, you can make it as well. So this card is really good against Boojins. Two Tiger King, because Tiger King is another good card. Its effect to negate all monsters' effects. Really helps out against cards like Dragosack or, excuse me, Zenmaines, stuff like that has, you know, effects that prevent it from being destroyed. This card helps it against that. Also, you actually can often use its secondary effect to special summon 2 level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack from your deck. If you have multiple fire formation spells on the field, you know, especially if you, like you saw in the Mermail deck, when you're just sitting on the field with your Yubel level 2, and then you go for multiple Tiger Kings, and then activate this effect, and it just becomes so plus, especially if you get to destroy your own Barongs, as that destroy your own Barongs and get, you know, +2 during their standby, the next standby phase. It just becomes really, really dirty. Then just, you know, standard rank 4 XYZs here. I have Cardinal in here. I've never made it. I don't even think I've had an opportunity to make it. I am only playing 2 Fire Fists, so I don't know why I have Cardinal in here, but it is possible to make it, I guess, if you know, circle for bear and then summon another bear in your hand, something like that. You can make it, so I might just leave it in here. It's really, really super situational because this isn't a Fire Fist deck, and then obviously, you know, just, you know, got a Cowboy and stuff like that. So this is the extra deck. I don't have a side deck, but some things I would side. Maxi 7 Tools of the Bandit, definitely, because Debunk in game 2, Debunk really fucks you up. And yeah, definitely Debunk is probably the biggest pain in the ass for this deck. So I would side in maybe triple, you know, at least 2 7 Tools, maybe 1 or 2 Gyokos for the Mermails, maybe a Space Typhoon, a Maxi, stuff like that. It's really hard to tell, you know, what to side. It's because you don't know, you know, we don't know where the meta is going right now. But, you know, Debunk is another good card to side as well. Those are some cards I might, you know, side in, or put in the side deck. So that's going to do it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And sorry that I've been sick, but I really wanted to get a video up because it's been such a long time. But with that, I'm out of here. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and see you later, guys. Deuces.